There's crazy shit going on here this morning.
Oh.
One of the homies was like driving here and he cut some guy off and he ended up like crashing into the wall of the building while he was like trying to get away from these guys, and like all the cops came. And
what is wrong with people?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Like I mean, I just don't like you want to fight. You got cut off. Sorry.
Right.
Well, sorry. I apologize.
Right.
I'm sorry. Bro, sorry. I'm not for cut you off. You want to insult the injury? I'll kick your ass too. But I'm always like,
yeah, no, totally. You recording?
Yeah. I've had it before. I've had guys come screaming at my ex-wife.
Really?
Like, screaming at her.
Uh-huh.
And like she rolls down the window and I'm like, hey. Go, oh, sorry, Chuck.
Really?
Oh,
you've had that exact scenario.
So that's why you said sorry. Like how about you're sorry you're yelling at a girl,
right?
That's driving. Like they cut you off. She didn't kill you. She didn't hit your car.
Right.
She cut you off. Relax.
Like, you've never been that guy who's like hopping out the car screaming at somebody in traffic or anything.
Look, I'm. It's just not worth it. Why?
Right.
I mean, hey, if anything, I'm not mad at a guy if you want to flip someone off or you're pissed off for a second, because I hate traffic.
Right.
I'd rather drive 3 hours straight than drive an hour and a half in traffic. But to fight over it, like to want to hurt someone over it, like come on, why does that make any sense?
Cutting someone off, if that's the bar that needs to be reached in order to get out and physically fight each other, that to me just seems so absurd. Like we're all lucky to be here on this highway, free and safe, and this is just so unnecessary.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. So when I was back in college, bartending. When I was bartending, one of the guys who worked there comes in limp, like on crutches, right? Because some guys got out and beat him up.
Right.
But then he starts telling the story, and he wants us to feel sorry for him, right? And what happened was these girls, she's there from out of town, from Santa Maria, area, cut him off to get on the freeway. Like cut in front of him, like it's in a confusing on ramp, like they made a mistake, right? And he ran him off the road and got out and was screaming at him.
Whoa!
Two girls, and pulled him off the road and screaming at him, and they happened to be being followed by 4 guys in the car behind them.
Oh shit!
And those guys got out and beat the piss out of him.
Wow!
They ended up going to the hospital. Not hurt real bad. He hurt his leg a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's telling us this story, and we're like, okay, good. Like you got what you deserved, you asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you pulled girls over for cutting you off on the freeway. What is your problem?
Right.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Like I think that's like
I'm glad they did.
That's the standard of like sanity that you need to be able to reach, is if somebody does something super rude to you in traffic and you can just like not really bat an eyelash about it and just be like, okay, and just keep driving. Like,
it's gonna
I'm okay.
happen. I mean, stuff happens. Like, okay, man, you cut me off. Come on, man. You really gonna do that? Okay. But like, you guys need to get in. Okay, sure, I let him in. Like, I want to bustle him in. Because I'm not gonna let him in. Like,
right.
He made usually if I doing that and cutting in late, I didn't try to cut your line. I didn't know there was a line to get on that off ramp, or I'm coming along and I'm like, oh shoot, I got to be over there. Oh man, I'm sorry. You got people flipping you off. I'm like, I'm sorry. I have to get in here. I can't. I'm not gonna go around the block.
I always think it's hilarious because like in the martial arts world, the combat sports world, you got all these guys who are legitimately tough, who could up 99% of people, and then you have like encounters with them and normal people who are clearly kind of insecure about their ability to defend themselves and are doing this sort of like performative road rage tough guy thing in real life, and it's just like seeing that encounter you is a hilarious scenario to imagine. I've
been lucky with that though too. Like I said, like people, I'd be like, oh, sorry, Chuck. Okay. I'm like, okay, I don't know why that made it different, but like I didn't change what I did. And I'm always like, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to cut you off. Like, right. But they're like, oh, sorry, Chuck. Like,
but okay, I was watching another podcast you did, and there was a dude who was kind of describing a scenario where he was outside a club with you, and some guy said or did something to you, and you just kind of like walked over, and he didn't actually specify what you did, but it seemed like he was saying that you knocked him out, and then you had to like rush over to him and be like, yo, we gotta get Uber, we gotta get out of here. And I was wondering, at what point in your life that could have been, because I got to imagine that as time goes by that you just see the errors with that.
With that, if that happens, I mean, usually there's lines. Everyone's got lines and lines across.
Right.
Like, there was no other option if that happened. I don't know that some guys remember stories a lot different than they happen, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
I mean, but like, for the most part, it's few and far between when I've thrown a punch outside of the cage after I was fighting.
Oh, okay.
Professionally.
So I mean, during your glory days, you were a little bit more hot-headed?
No. But when I was fighting, I never, not at all. Right. Like I never wanted to fight people. But I like when I was younger, I was. I mean, I grew up when I was probably 21, 22. It's just, I say I never started a fight, but I never let you out of one really easy either. And about 21, 22, I figured out, it's not that much fun. Most of these guys can't fight anyway. And so it's not entertaining to me.
Right.
And then they're gonna, they'll take punches at you and then try to press charges when you beat them up.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, what's the point? So I started learning how to give people outs.
Right.
Like ways to. I'm not gonna let someone do something that I'm not okay with. But I want to give you every other way out other than us having to have a physical altercation.
Right, definitely.
But I'm not going to let you do it. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Right, because once you have a significant amount of money and you're famous, then the lawsuit thing is just got to be like the main thing in your brain anytime you are even close to a fight. But then also like when you are drinking, that's like the ultimate time where you're not really thinking about down the road what this is going to result in.
But usually for me, I'm a happy drunk. I'm luckily for my life, and so like I'm worried about other things when I'm drinking.
Definitely,
definitely not worried. I definitely don't want to fight. Fighting's not the one I'm looking for.
Right? No, definitely. Because okay, like you kind of like. I was reading some stuff about you, and it was sort of describing you. You grew up in Santa Barbara,
yeah,
and there was like a street that was kind of like where all the college kids would go and shit.
Down Isla Vista,
right? And so even as a young dude, you would kind of just be hanging out around there and just end up getting in fights.
End up getting fights on Isla Vista a lot. Yeah, our family, me and my boys, we go out. It's one of those things. You go out there and have fun, and there's always some group of college kids that wanted to fight you.
Right.
Because I don't know why, but.
Well, that is like the primary demographic that wants to fight over nothing when they're pissed drunk in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And so it was always fun. I like fighting and people wanted to fight. A lot of times it'd be like, oh, he doesn't want to fight, but I'll fight. They're like, I got no problem with you. Yeah, you kind of do now. You're going to beat him up. So why can't you beat me up? From
your perspective, were they just like easy fights as well because these dudes are drunk and moving all weird and slow?
Well, it wasn't even that. I wasn't looking for an easy fight. I wanted a competition.
Right.
I wanted the guys to be able to try to fight. I'm figuring this guy's calling people out for he's tough. Okay, let's fight. Hey, you're that tough. You're gonna push this guy around, bully this guy out, but bully me.
Right.
I'm ready.
It is wild when you think back of that period of your life and just how much random violence was going on all around me. And like, I don't know, like I've seen so many crazy fights as a young dude that when I look back on it now, it's like, I haven't seen anything like that in like 10 years,
Yeah, we had a lot of crazy ones. I remember when I was going to Cal Poly at the time. I was like 19, I think. I'd gone back home. I came back, and one of the residents at wrestling practice goes to me, "Hey, Chuck, were you in Isla Vista this weekend?" "Yeah, what?" "By any chance, did you jump off a car and kick a guy in the head?" "Yeah, how do you know?" No, I didn't know it was you. I just thought maybe that might have been. Like, thank God.
And this is just an impromptu move, just jump off the top turnbuckle or what?
Well, long story short, well, I can tell the whole story. So walking out, talking to this girl in the middle of the street, and then my two brothers are behind, walking behind, or they're lagging behind. I was talking to this girl, they're walking up, and there's like five guys, in front of me came up and started, "Hey man, you gotta get out of here." I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm not going anywhere." I'm like, and started trying to fight me. I'm like, look, I don't want to fight you. I got no problem with you guys. I'm talking to this girl, but I'm not going. No, well, then walk on then. Bro, like that's not happening. Sorry.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. But and then my two brothers walk up. Now I have a younger brother and my two younger brothers, but one's crazy and the other one's just kind of just a meathead tough. But,
Right.
But the crazy, so the guy sitting there starts yapping at me, and the guy standing in front of us talking to me, and this guy yells, "Fuck you" to my brother. And my brother gets across me, and my brother just goes, hits him.
Yeah.
And this way. So the guy looking at me goes to hit my brother. I just hit him, drop him. So then I take the other two guys through in between these two cars. And then my brother's on top of the one guy that I hit. That he hit. He's on top of him. And one of those guys went around and was running up to kick him. And I just kind of looked both sides. I'm like, I can't get to him. Oh, I can just jump up on the car. So I ran up on the car just to fly inside, kick the guy in the head off the car. So it just happened to me. That was the only way to get to him in time before he punted my brother, who's the crazy one. He's still on top of the same guy. We've got 5 guys, bro. We dropped that guy. Get up.
You got to get creative at that point.
We have four other guys. So you can help us out.
That's hilarious.
It was fun.
Okay, so you just saw the clip, but did you know that you can watch this entire interview right now before it's released to the public, uncensored, by becoming a member for just $5 a month? And there's a lot of other crazy benefits as well. So make sure you hit the link down in the description and sign up. Appreciate y'all.